Naitwa Dr. Kimambo, Zabdiel Kimambo. I'm director katika hii program ya Bethel Leadership Summit. Nafanya kazi na ubalozi wa Uingereza. Thank God for the opportunity to work with the British High Commission for the last 17 years now, and it's been a great privilege to interact with the international community here in Dar es Salaam as a senior advisor. But outside office, we meet here every Sunday. Kwa hiyo niwakaribisheni ninyi nyote katika Bethel Seed Church. So every Sunday, kuanzia saa 1 asubuhi up to saa 10 jioni, there's a wonderful programs and activities ambazo we do the church business here. Tunamsifu Mungu, tunamwabudu Mungu. But out of that, we also have a passion, a desire to reach out to the community. And this is where the vision of Bethel Leadership Summit was born. Firstly, we believe kwamba every one of us is a leader. Please turn to your neighbor. Kama kuna message ambayo I want each one of you kutoka nayo hapa jioni ya leo ni kwamba you are a leader. You are a leader. You don't have a title in your organization. You don't have a position. And the good news ni kwamba leadership is none about those things. And so we count this as a great privilege kwa sababu it really helps us to reflect collectively jioni ya leo kwamba who am I, what am I doing, lakini niko namna gani I am demonstrating excellency qualities katika my leadership ventures, because wherever you are a leader. Jioni hii tutakuwa na muda wa kucelebrate with few of us ambao as a program we are recognizing kwamba they're doing something. But I'm pretty sure some of you you'll not get a certificate because you didn't apply. But you do have a story. Wengine wenu ni kwamba it was about the story, you couldn't package it properly. So as Bethel tunaamini kwamba kila mtu ni kiongozi. Whether ni katika sports, whether ni katika mambo ya environment, whether ni katika private sector, the business that you're doing, or if you're employed, or if you're in politics, or if you are serving God in the church ministry, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you were created by God to become, or rather to be, a leader. And throughout our journey in our lives, this will be the exam question for each one of us. Kwa sababu we all witness everything that is going on in our communities. Why do you drive your car every day and pass through that pothole just close to your house? And every day you see it, you pass on top of it, and nobody is doing anything. It is easy to point fingers. But the question really is, what am I doing to become this agent of change in a small way? Wherever I am and in everything that I am doing. And I can tell you, the moment you begin to show some concern about those small potholes that you pass on every time, then Daniel chapter 6 in the Bible, mstari wa 3 inasema kwamba Daniel alikuwa ana exceptional leadership qualities. Basi Danieli huyu alipata sifa kuliko wakubwa na maliwali kwa kuwa roho bora. Some translation inaongelea the spirit of excellence. Nyingine zinasema extraordinary spirit. Nyingine zinaongelea juu ya exceptional qualities. I can raise a lot of questions to each one of us, and I believe one of the quality of leadership ni what kind of questions we're asking ourselves, and how do we then navigate our own behaviors, attitude, as we interact with everything else that is going on in our communities and in our societies. It is amazing to be here tonight, kwa sababu many of the stories we shall hear, many of the people we shall meet, they are great young buddies, very young. Na kama kuna jambo kubwa sana la kumshukuru Mungu, ni kwa namna gani ambavyo we want to use this platform tonight for you ambao tutawapa trophies and certificates, just to inspire you kwamba if you had doubts about the potential that is in you, we really wanna you recharge, kwa sababu there is something in you. Na if you will continue without ceasing, kama utaendelea, because many of you, you're in your early 20s. If you will continue, if you continue for some years, your destiny is very guaranteed. Kwa hiyo kuna swali la how will you continue with the journey you have started? The journey that you have started. Katika BLS, Bethel Leadership Summit, tuna emphasize mambo matatu. Moja ni connect. How do you connect with others who have the same passion, who have the same qualities? Connect. Lakini swala la pili ni learning. Learning. We've been deceived with the notion kwamba you go to university or to college to learn. Na because of that, ukishapata cheti, ukisha graduate, you believe kwamba biashara za kusoma zimeisha. Who deceived you? You go to college and the university to learn. I have a good news to each one of you. One of the core mission of academic institutions, college, bachelor, diploma, up to your PhD, you are going to that college to learn how to learn. To learn how to learn. The day you graduate, this is the beginning of your learning journey. Effective and influential leaders ni wale ambao they dedicate their time, seriously continue learning, and the big agenda in the world that we live in today. So the question is, what did you learn last night? What are you learning today? What kind of material you're interacting up with? Now, it is this learning ambayo comes from within yourself that will propel you to your next destiny, to your destiny. The things, kwa sababu you'll have to accumulate significant amount of that learning. Mpaka zile theories of physics zi-apply. Kwa maana kwamba something will propel you into greater heights and greater things. Because the world you are living in, moja, it is very complex. But two, especially in Africa, there is so much that has not yet been done, that has not yet been discovered. Most of what you consume today, we are recycling things from Europe and America and the other parts of the world. We do not have a content that is purely generated in our continent, in Africa, and value it, research it, and use it. Kwa hiyo, we really put quite a lot of emphasis as BLS into self-learning, peer-to-peer learning. Mentoring, engaging, taking that small course, paying that 20,000 to attend that seminar, using your notepad or notebook, depending on how technological savvy you are. But we have to learn. Now, we cannot afford to allow things to continue the way they have been continuing. We cannot allow to continue to recycle stories and narratives ambazo day in, day out tunaona kwamba hazileti impact katika jamii. And this is another key word ambayo tunai champion katika Bethel Leadership Summit. It's the question of impact. The question of impact. We burn all the calories. We spend all the cash. We use all the time. The question is, what was the impact? This is a question about self-evaluation. Viongozi ambao wanna rise up and rise higher ni wale ambao they are very conscious about where they are standing today, what are the gaps ambazo zipo, and how are they going to address those gaps. Kwa maana ya kumake sure kwamba 2024, I'm not going to repeat all the mistakes I did in 2023. I'm very aware where I missed some things, where I failed, but I am course correcting. I'm course correcting. And so I believe, or rather BLS believe, kwamba as we embrace these three aspects, we are heading somewhere. Leadership is not about titles and position and flip charts and flow charts. This is according to John Maxwell. It is everything about how one life seeks to influence another life. There is a fire burning in each one of us. Kwa hiyo, as long as we allow this fire to shape somebody, to illuminate another person, collectively as a society, we are heading somewhere. But let me conclude by saying kwamba, okay, you are a leader. You're passionate about your leadership journey. You know where you're heading. And you're seeking to generate impact katika jamii. One of our conviction, and this is why one of the reason, I believe kuna many leadership awards out there. But we want to pride for one distinctive element of Bethel Leadership Summit. And this is our cry. This is our prayer tonight. Regardless of your faith disposition, regardless of whether you go to church or you go to a mosque, we want to challenge each one of us kwamba leadership is a partnership between a leader and his God. A leader and your God. God has created everything that we see in this universe, both visible and invisible. Physical, chemical, everything. There is the signature of God. Kwa hiyo, the more we partner with God, the more we make this choice to recognize kwamba there's a God up there in heaven. And this route journey I'm passing through, He knows it much better. He can give me wisdom, He can give me knowledge, He can give me insight, He can give me foresight, He can give me hindsight, He can give me downside, regardless of which angle. And to me, this is where I believe kwamba, because all of you, your call is not necessarily inside the church building. You're not called to be a pastor, or a mama pastor, or a bishop, or a prophet. But all of you, you're out there in the business world. You're out there in the science and innovation sector. You're out there in military and security. You're out there in a wonderful array of different things, things that constitute life. Some of you are doctors, some of you are engineers, some of you are anthropologists. I don't even know what does that mean. By the way, I did veterinary medicine. Koyo, you can understand anthropology. I know the word and I can spell it. But as a veterinary professional, it's quite hard. But this is real. These stories are real. Kwamba you can connect with God and take your leadership qualities, your leadership endeavors to another level. And I really celebrate the fact kwamba we are doing this conversation tonight in a church building. Lakini we want you kuwa na impact kule kwenye siasa. We want you kuwa na impact kule kwenye science and innovation. We want you kuwa na impact wherever God is calling you to be and to do katika muda ambao you're gonna live